So before going into the topic, let's imagine you wake up in the morning, walk into a kitchen and decided to cook your favorite meal. You gather all the ingredients, turn on the stove and cook everything to perfection. But what if something goes wrong? You might need to adjust it, right? Adjust it, clean up, or even start from over. So this is exactly how Lifecycle Hooks in LWC works, going through the different stages of the component from creation to destruction, and these hooks allow us to control what happens at each step. Welcome everyone. Today we are going to make Lifecycle Hooks super easy to understand using a fun cooking analogy. In the end, we'll put everything into practice with a real Salesforce demo. Are you ready? Introduction of Lifecycle Hooks. So lifecycle hooks is a special methods in LWC that execute at different stages of components. Actually follows a predictable life cycle. Here what it happens: constructor component is created, connected callback component is added to the DOM, rendered callback component has rendered, and disconnected callback component is removed, and error callback handle errors in child component. So why are they important? Control how and when component behaves and how it should behave. Optimize performance by handling resource efficiently and enhance user experience by managing UI updates effectively. As I said, this is the flow of lifecycle hooks: creation, insertion, rendering, and destruction. So as I said, we are going to learn the lifecycle hooks with the very simple cooking analogy with a Salesforce demo. Constructor, preparation stage. Connected callback, start cooking, and render callback, checking and adjusting the seasoning, might be the salt or sugar, whatever the dish you cook. And disconnected callback, cleaning up the kitchen or washing the utensils. And error callback, yes, mistakes will happen in cooking, we need to handle it, right? So that's where the error callback comes. This is the constructor hook initialization. So first we have the constructor hook. This is triggered in the moment an instance of component is created. Think of it like preparing a kitchen before cooking, gathering ingredients, preheating the oven, and setting up utensils. So that is where the constructor hook comes, initializing the properties, set default values, and define state variables. So from here we cannot access the document object model, that means the DOM, because it's not yet ready. The component is just yet created, so we cannot access the DOM. So that's where this is the syntax for the constructor hook. Next, the connected callback hook, when this will be called next, and this fires when the component is inserted into the DOM, just like turning on the stove and start cooking, fetching missing ingredients from the fridge or any other packets, and probably starting up a YouTube video to start how to cook. So this is where the connected callback comes. So in Salesforce, fetch data from the Salesforce APIs, we may need to fetch data from the Apex server to show it in the UI and set up the event listeners and perform actions that require the DOMs. Here also we cannot access the DOM because it's being built. It's not yet built. And next, rendered callback. So after every render, initial and subsequent. So we might want to tweak how it looks or how it behaves, maybe the functionality of it or the user interface of the component. So this is where the rendered callback comes in. Imagine if you're cooking pasta, means checking if the pasta is cooked or adjusting the seasoning like salt or any other masalas, and garnishing the dish before serving, right? So this is what. And it's used for accessing and modifying the document object model, DOM. So here you can modify the DOM and initializing the third-party libraries and ensure the UI is fully loaded. So here you can maybe the styles or any of the functionality you may need to re-render it, means the rendered callback comes in and we can utilize of it. Disconnected callback. So when the component is removed from the page, means this will be called. So once we are done with cooking, it's time to clean up, right? So that's where the disconnected callback does. It cleans up when the component is removed from the DOM, turning off the stove, washing dishes, or storing the leftovers properly, might in the refrigerator, right? And what can we do with this? Remove event listeners from the component or clear intervals and the timeouts, and release resource to prevent the memory leaks. And the last one, if an error occurs in a child component. So what happens when something goes wrong? Maybe you forgot to turn off the pasta after it's cooked, means it's burnt. So that's the error, right? So that's where the error callback comes in. And it's used for handling errors gracefully, logging errors for debugging, and prevent crashes in the parent components. Let's dive into the demo. We'll build an LWC component and demonstrate each lifecycle hook in action. I just give you the console ideas like how the order and how it executed. Here if you see the order, means first, as I said, when the component is created, the constructor will be called here. So that's the first step, and second step will be connected callback, and the third will be rendered. And This is the order: constructor, connected callback, and the render. So if you want to fetch any data from it, means we need to call the connected callback from the apex. I mean, from apex we need to get the data, means it can be called from the connected callback. And rendered callback, if we need to change any functionality or UI, this will be used. And let me show the disconnected callback. This is a child component. It is in this parent component. Let's remove this child component from the parent. So it is disconnected from the DOM, right? So this is what called disconnected callback, because it's removed from the document object model. So if you want to perform anything that when it's removed from the DOM, means this connected callback can be done. And to show you the error callback, yeah, the error actually I put some error to demonstrate you. So when it is disabled, and when the error mode is enabled, the error callback will be called, and we got the error here. It is triggered, and we enable it again. It got the child component data here. So without crashing the whole LWC component, we can gracefully handle whatever the error occurs in the child. We can handle it in the parent through this error callback method. That's it, guys. Presentation to LWC Hooks.